guys, welcome. I hope you're having a blessed evening, night, noon, morning, whenever you tune into this video to hear what I have to say. But we're going to be doing a reading on Shaunie O'Neal and Keon Henderson. This was requested by TD. All right. And a lot of people request me for certain readings, but it's just sometimes I will go forward with some and then wait till the right time for me to do the other ones. So, just kind of be patient with me because I work full time, do 12-hour shifts, and I have school too. So, with that being said, this is, like I always say, this is for entertainment purposes. Everything here is alleged. Nothing here is factual. It's just a tarot reading. So take what you will and leave what you may. But we're going to get into it. But I want to say something first because I already rewatched the reading that I did. And sometimes I like, to tell you the truth, judge myself, right? So when I do my readings, I'm like, damn, you talk too much. Just get to the point. But I have to do that, y'all. So bear with me. I have to talk because as I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to myself. And as I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to my subconscious mind, right? So I'm painting a picture not only for you, but for me. And so as I'm painting that picture, that's how I'm able to tune in, okay? That's how I'm able to, tap into my third eye, my intuition, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? That's how I'm able to do that. So I'm okay, I guess I'm really explaining to myself again. But anyways, this is what I have to do in order for me to kind of explain things in a way that makes sense. Not only to you, but it has to make sense to me because I'm delivering the message. But I'm just saying, bear with me because I feel like in this video that I'm talking a lot. But it's like I'm trying to paint a picture because I don't know anything really about these two. I didn't know they were even engaged to get married. I don't know nothing about no Keon. This was just something that I decided to do for someone who asked. So, with that being said, we're going to get into it. All right. Show me this engagement between Keon Henderson and Shaunie O'Neal. Show me this engagement between Keon Henderson and Shaunie O'Neal. Show me the engagement between Keon Henderson and Shaunie O'Neal. Okay, so as I split the deck, okay, we have the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. I had to pause this for a second because I really needed to take a look at this because when I was shuffling the deck and opened it up, these two cards came out side by side. And at first I was like, wow, right? This is almost like a really balanced energy. But when I take a look at this, this is almost two different people, okay? In two different worlds. They're literally in their own world. So when it comes to this engagement, they both have different ideas about it, okay? And they both have different intentions about this engagement and about getting married, okay? So their reasons are different, okay? And how they're perceiving this engagement is very, very different. And that's something that's interesting to me. I'm just going to use that word, interesting, because if you really look at this, right, they're both in their proper aspects. That's one thing I can say. This Two of Wands, this obviously is going to represent Mr. Henderson, and this is going to be Shaunie O'Neal, right? One's masculine, one's feminine. The Wands, that's a very fiery energy. That's a very masculine energy. So is the Sun. The Sun is in the back of here, okay? Very masculine energy, very direct. Even just look at his posture, okay? His posture is a very, very masculine one. Almost kind of uptight and a little bit stiff to a degree, but this is that masculine energy. And then if you take a look at this Two of Swords, this is one that is more laid back. And if you look at the original tarot deck, the Two of Swords is, it looks like a feminine energy, but her eyes are shrouded. Her arms are crossed and she has two swords in her hand. And this is somebody who is at a place where they need to make a certain choice. But when you look at this card, it's a little different, right? The arms aren't crossed, the legs aren't crossed, okay? They're obviously looking down at something in a place of contemplation. And then you have these two swords in the ground, okay? So this person in this card is very clear, okay? They're very clear-minded, but they're in a place of contemplation. And this energy is a feminine energy, and it's a very receiving energy, okay? So this person is really just kind of like in the flow of the process of getting engaged or being married. This person is very present, but also this person is practical, I feel. This person is practical. And this person is really looking at everything for what it is, because the moon is very revealing, right? The moon is very revealing, but it also goes with the tides. You know, it has its ebb and its flow. It's very like receptive. It's very flowy, okay? But I also feel, with that being said, their energies are a little bit different, okay? But at the same time, they can also be a little bit balancing, okay? Sometimes you need someone who is completely different from you to like balance each energy out. And that's kind of what it looks like here. But I will say, I feel like he is in more of like a controlling energy, because if you look at these birds, right? These birds that's in the back, they're in a straight line, okay? And he's right in the middle, or right in the front almost, of these birds, okay? So this isn't a controlling energy, okay? He's the one really controlling and steering the direction of this relationship and where it's going. And then you have these two birds right here that's within the moon, okay? So she's a little bit different, okay? I'm talking about as far as the perception of like getting engaged, the perception of a relationship. Like, she views this as a partnership, okay? But he kind of views this as a leadership, okay? And this could definitely be like point to his intentions of getting married, okay? This could have to do with his leadership, or how he shows up, or how he looks, as far as his position and what he does, right? So he's a pastor, all right? And I think this really has to do with their image, okay? With his image. And I think that he feels that Shaunie O'Neal fits his image. And I'm not saying that there's no emotions there. I'm saying that there is an image that needs to be fulfilled as far as his behalf. Okay, so the reasonings behind this engagement are very different for the two. Okay, because they see things very differently. They perceive things very differently, okay? We have this Devil card, which is a tad bit concerning for me, okay? And then underneath the Devil card, you have the Magician. All right, so let's just go over what we have here. So the Devil card can talk about attachments, but it could talk about attachments that are not necessarily something for the long haul, because the Devil, right? It talks about offering you something for instant gratification, okay? So once you get that something for instant gratification, the Devil has you. It's almost like that concept of like selling your soul to the devil for some sort of ability or some sort of like return, right? Same thing when it comes to this Devil card. So when it's like this, that concerns me to a degree, because the intentions behind this engagement may not necessarily be what an engagement and a marriage is supposed to be about. Okay, so this person could be like in a place of like grooming, or in a place of like, you know, putting on a facade and putting on a show, because like the devil doesn't come off like his normal looking self. The devil comes off as someone that is totally handsome, someone that's very attractive, very alluring, a very people person. Like this is somebody that comes in unexpecting. Okay, you don't expect them to be the devil, because that is not how the devil presents themselves. Okay, and neither are their actions, until you get to the point where you're stuck in this contract. Okay, so that's why this is a little bit concerning to me. And the fact that the magician card is in reverse underneath the devil card, there is some sort of manipulation going on here. I just have a concern about that. All right, I'm just being honest. When it comes to this, I'm just being a little bit honest. It's kind of odd. Especially for this to be a pastor, because you know what, when I got the suggestion for this, I was like, I had to double look at what this person was asking me. I'm sorry, not this person. It's the person who suggested this. Name is TD. Okay, so when I looked at what TD was suggesting, I was like, let me look into this, right? And as soon as I saw his picture, I said, I need to know what his intentions are about this engagement, because for some reason it just didn't sit right with me, and I kind of could see why now. It just doesn't sit right with me because of the underlying intentions behind it, you know. It's just, yeah. Anyway, let's see. Let me ask this directly. What are Keon, let me say his name right. What is Keon Henderson's intentions behind marrying Shaunie O'Neal? What are Keon's intentions behind marrying Shaunie O'Neal? Okay, so we have the 9 of Swords. Okay, somebody is trying to overcome some stuff internally. Somebody is trying to overcome some stuff internally. Okay, so usually with the 9 of Swords upright, this is somebody who's sitting in the bed and they're constantly contemplating about something. Okay, so someone is trying to overcome some things that are going on in their mind. Then you have the 7 of the 5 of Swords. Okay, usually this is someone who has the upper hand in a situation, but the fact that these are both in reverse, this talks about some sort of mental thing that's going on with Keon. Okay, and he feels as if though he does not mentally have the upper hand in a situation, and I need to know what that is. Give me clarification on this 9 of Swords and 5 of Swords in reverse. And it's so funny though, y'all. Like the symbolism in these cards is hilarious, because this is supposed to be a pastor, but the devil card then came up, right? And then you got the 9 of Swords then came up, right? But look at that. The snake is up in there, all right? The snake is up in there. All right. So give me clarifications on this 9 of Swords and this 5 of Swords. The Hanged Man. So he's definitely trying to get his thoughts right, okay? He's definitely trying to turn some stuff around, like in his brain. Like there's something going on where he feels like he doesn't have an upper hand in the situation. So he needs to turn things around. And the only way to turn things around, I feel like, is through this marriage. Is through this marriage, okay? We have the Hermit card. After the Hermit card, we have the Lover's card. And then after the Lover's card, we have the Five of Cups. Honestly, I don't, okay. The thing that he doesn't feel like he has the upper hand in this situation because being in the Hanged Man position, this sometimes could talk about trying to change the perspective of other people. It doesn't necessarily mean change the perspective of you, but this could be talking about changing the perspective of other people. So how other people view you in this Hermit position, I don't think it's beneficial for him, and it doesn't make him feel like he has the upper hand in a situation, okay? I just don't think he feels like he has the upper hand in a situation. And so in order to have an upper hand in a situation, and I definitely feel like this has to do with the field that he's in, okay? It's like I feel like he needs to have some sort of relationship. He needs to be in a connection with someone, okay, in order for him to have the upper hand in a situation. All right, so the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is in reverse. So he's kind of over being in this period of loss. All right, emotionally as well. Usually in the regular Five of Cups, you know, when it's in reverse, you're able to see the blessings that are there in front of you, okay? So he feels like this is a blessing for him and an opportunity for him to turn some things around, all right? Give me a few more cards on how Keon Henderson feels or his intentions behind this engagement with Shaunie O'Neal. Add this Two of Pentacles. I'm sorry, there's a lot of snakes showing up in this situation, and I'm not necessarily like happy about that. All right, so underneath this Lover's card, you have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is in reverse. This is talking about there being some sort of instability here, okay? So I just feel like him not being in a relationship causes some sort of instability in the picture that he needs to paint for himself, because I put this card in there intentionally, all right? So I'm going to just read it because it'll kind of make sense. The creator and artistic designer of the Cosmo Tarot, which is this deck, okay, is a self-taught artist and currently lives in blah, blah, blah. He originally began his professional life as a surveyor, then studied the history of art for several terms before taking up painting. It was an interest in the esoteric which led him to the tarot. An interest which found the perfect means of expression in the creation of the cosmic tarot. All right, so how he expresses himself and what he does as a pastor, okay, whatever he does as a pastor, how he expresses himself, okay, this has a big thing to do with his image. So the picture that he tries to paint for other people, okay, and this could be something specific that he does within his ministry, right? He has to be able to portray that for other people, or else he cannot continue to paint the picture that he needs everyone else to see, okay? Because if someone's looking at you and telling you one thing but don't have it themselves, then that's a problem, okay? That's a problem, and that like messes up with I'm just, to me, like your money, or that's just what I'm getting. It's like I don't know, because I don't really know him like that. I was just going off of a suggestion. All right. So, anyways, you have this hangman. Underneath the hangman, there's a two of pentacles. Okay, this two of pentacles talks about balancing. Okay, balancing your life, having some balance to your life, having some balance when it comes to your money, having some balance in the two aspects of your life, your love life and your work life. Okay, your mundane life and your spiritual life. And there is some sort of trying to balance the two. Okay, I don't know if you can see in this card, all the way in the back, this sail has a yin and a yang, okay? Male, female. All right, so this is important to his work, okay? This is important to his work. Like, this is really interesting to me, because I was wondering, why the fuck is there like a red flag popping up in my mind? And I'm not saying that he doesn't have some love for Shaunie, but what I'm saying is the intention behind this bothers me, okay? The intention behind this bothers me. I don't want this reading to be too long. But anyways, let's see. What is Shaunie O'Neill's intention behind? What is Shaunie O'Neill's intention behind this engagement and this wedding to Pastor Keon Henderson? All right, we have the World card. All right, the World card to me always feels like some sort of sacrificial energy, and I don't know why this is showing up like this in this card, okay? We have the Five of Pentacles. Oh my God. Whoa, all right, something is going on here. I ain't necessarily, like, this is some funny shit. When you really start to look at the intentions behind why the fuck people do what the fuck they do, it is kind of mind-blowing. All right, so we got the World card. This is some sort of sacrifice to me, or like it could be someone sacrificing you, or you sacrificing yourself, whatever the case may be. But this is Shaunie's intentions of getting in this marriage, okay? The World card is in reverse. It's next to the Five of Pentacles, okay? This Five of Pentacles, talks about people moving from a place of like damnation, okay? That's what I'm really seeing here. This is like somebody moving out of damnation, or moving out of like a stale period, or moving out of a place that doesn't have no fruit, okay? So somebody is sacrificing themselves so they can move out of a certain place in their life, okay? Because if you take a look at this Five of Pentacles, okay, they're coming out of a place of damnation here. Ain't shit going on back there, right? It's nothing but like tore down buildings, crumble. It looks like they're in the middle of purgatory, okay? Like, there's got to be some movement. So you see these people, they didn't pack their shit up, and they're moving on to better grounds, okay? And like I said, this World card talks about sacrifice. So she legitimately is sacrificing herself. And if you look at it, the first person getting the fuck out of there is a woman. So Shaunie's intentions behind this engagement and marriage is she's trying to get out of a place of a stalemate, okay? That's not bringing in no, and it doesn't have to be money, but it's just to come out of a place of where things aren't necessarily moving for her. Okay, it's like not even necessarily moving. Well, it is not moving. It's a stalemate. Okay, there's nothing happening there. Then you have this Three of Wands. This Three of Wands is like you've already made the choice. Okay, you've already made the choice. You've already made the selection. So now it's time to move on. You're at peace with your decision. Okay, so she's very passionate about this choice that she's made because she's in the position to move forward, all right? But at the same time, I feel like there's like conflict here. And the fact that she was a Two of Swords at the beginning is the fact that she understands that they don't necessarily see eye to eye on everything, okay? She's very receptive of what the fuck is going on. And the crazy part about it is... the crazy part about it is like, I want to say they both feel like they have the upper hand in this situation. You know, they're really driving this. But I feel like Shaunie is really playing her part in this relationship. She's really playing her part in this relationship. And as she should, okay? As she should. She's really playing the feminine role. Okay, the feminine role is to be receptive. Okay, but by being receptive and by being feminine, you are able to really drive the ship, because that's how men are influenced. Okay, they're influenced by your femininity. So in actuality, even though on the outside it looks like Keon is in control, like that's not necessarily what's going on here. Okay, Shaunie O'Neal is really in control of how these things are going, because she's aware that they don't see eye to eye like that. All right. And so you have the Emperor in reverse, and I'm putting that underneath the World card. They're both in a place of like sacrificing themselves. Okay, they're both in a place of sacrificing themselves so they can get what it is that they want. Okay, so this is almost like a give and take. It to me, it really is. Here's the Six of Wands. There's two sixes here. I'm trying to remember what the Six of Wands in the original deck. Okay, the Six of Wands in the original deck is usually like my resurrection card. Okay, so this is legitimately a resurrection for both of them. Okay, like Shaunie is coming out of a place where it's almost like a stalemate for her. Nothing's really going. Nothing's really moving. Okay, so you know, for her to hop on this ship, that means she's moving from like almost like a stagnant period in her life, okay? And then Keon, you know, he's getting something out of this too, all right? And it's his image. And I'm not saying that there's not necessarily love here, but these are the contributing factors, okay? And then you have the Ten of Cups. Okay, the Ten of Cups is what is the reason why this works, okay? This is something that it works for them, all right? Regardless of what their intentions really are behind why they do what they do. All right, so show me the outcome of this wedding between Shaunie O'Neal and Keon Henderson. Sorry, I have to look at the names so I don't get them messed up. What's the outcome of this engagement and wedding between Shaunie O'Neal and Keon Henderson? All right, the World card. That's completion. Oh, y'all, that's completion. You have the Ten of Cups. That is emotional. Oh my goodness. The Star card. Oh my God, the Two of Cups. Oh my goodness, the High Priestess. Get the fuck out of here, y'all. Get the fuck out of here. You have the Queen of Wands, bro. Get the fuck out of here. All right. To me, they are feeling like this is destined, okay, for them. They are really living it up. Like, I'm kid you not. Like, they're in a place of really being like, they're very happy, okay? They're very, very happy. And this is a completion for them, okay? The World card talks about something coming together full circle. The Ten of Cups, this is complete emotional fulfillment. The Star card, this talks about purpose, okay? This talks about purpose. This talks about divine alignment. This talks about, having faith, okay? And then you have the Two of Cups, okay? I don't know, like, it can't get no better than this, okay? And the High Priestess, this talks about having some sort of divine alignment, okay? So there could be some sort of divine alignment that they have with each other, or there's something divine about how they feel about this relationship, okay? There's something divine about how they feel about this relationship. And if you look at it, okay, in the middle of her eye, which is almost like the third eye, you have that yin yang energy, okay? And this is really reflectory of how they feel about this relationship, okay? They really do feel some sort of divine connection. And I don't know, like, how I'm going to put this. I really don't know how I'm going to put this video up, because I don't want nobody to get, like, upset, like, how I unfold this reading. Because in the end, okay, it really truly does balance out. It's just their intentions behind, coming together. It just comes from two different places. But I see it being like something fruitful, okay? I see it being something give and take, all right? We have the Eight of Wands here. And then underneath we have the Devil in reverse. So the Devil in reverse can talk about releasing yourself, okay? The Eight of Wands talks about a slow of movement. So I don't feel as if though they will release each other from this connection, all right? At least as of right now. I'm not feeling that. I am not feeling that, because I feel like they're on cloud nine, and there's some sort of divineness going on with them. They really feel like this is like a divine connection. All right, or like some sort of blessing. But I'm gonna end this here. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I did. I don't even know these people, but it's interesting.